So this topic, I take it from Rich Dad Poor Dad book. It was written by Robert Kiyosaki. I think this is the book that you all have to read, right? At least once. Because when I read this book, I learned so many information. And one of them is this, he call it four quadrants. Okay. So there are four boxes, two on the left, two on the right. Okay. On the top left here, this is quadrant E. It means employee. It means you trade your time for money or you have a job. You work for a company, for a boss, for someone who pays your pay stub. Okay. So that is employee. Nothing wrong with employee. Everyone have to start with something, but do not stay on the left quadrant forever, because the idea is for you to shift from your left quadrant to the right quadrant. I'm going to explain what are on the right quadrant. Okay. So again, for employee, you're going to trade your time with money. If you do not have time, you don't not make money. Okay. It's very simple. If you still have energy to do the job, you make money. When you don't have energy or ability to go to the job, you're not going to make money. Okay. The second quadrant on the bottom left is S for self-employed. What does it mean? Instead of you're working for a company, now you hire yourself. It's mean you employ yourself to do the job. Instead of you pay someone to do the job, you are paying yourself to do that job, right? It is similar to the employee. It's not different, because all the self-employed people, they're trading their times with money. If they don't have time, they don't have ability to do the job, they're not making money, right? Again, this is on the left quadrant. The goal is for you to shift from your left to your right. So what are on the right quadrant? On the top right, there is a B. It's called business owner. It means you are the owner of a business. It's usually there's a system or a group of people that work for you to run the system. Even though you are not in the system, but you own that system, you still make money. Okay. For example, you buy franchise, because a franchise, let's say McDonald's, they already have a system in place in their franchise, right? So you don't have to worry about how to get the logistic, the burger, the bread, right? There's already a logistic system. You don't have to worry about employee, because the company will provide you the employee to run the business for you, right? So usually a business has to have a size of 500 people. If you own a business, but you only employ 10 or 15 or 20, these are not categorized as business owner. A business owner, you must have a business that employs at least 500 people. Okay, like Amazon, Walmart, or those are like hundreds of thousands. Those are a system that runs the business for the owner, right? So the owner can be anywhere in the world. They can be in Dubai, they can be in Caribbean, sipping pina colada while still making money. And a lot of us, we want to become the business owner, but the problem is we don't have capital. To own a system, it's really, really expensive. Usually it's a couple $100 million. And most of us, we don't have that money, right? So it is impossible to become a business owner unless you have capital. So the requirement for you to become a B, you must have a capital, okay? And it's not the same as self-employed. A lot of self-employed think, oh, I'm a business owner. How many employees do you employ? If you only employ less than 500, it's not a business owner. You are a self-employed, right? And the last quadrant on the bottom left is I. It's for investor. It means you still have capital to invest, okay? So you are using money to works for you. For example, if you are a real estate or you own real estate and then it's paid off, it means there's no mortgage. So you're not taking a loan to make this money. So you own it. So you invest in properties. And then when you rented it out, you get the rental, right? You get the lease from the tenant. So that is called investment. Or you have money to buy, let's say, gold, crypto, or stocks, bonds that can earn you dividend, right? So you need to have money that works for you. So you want money works to make money, okay? But the most common mistake was people are trying to switch from the left quadrant here, E and S, right away to the investor side. That is the most common mistake that we all do. Because once you are an employee or a self-employed, you don't have expendable income. What does it mean? If you have an income, if you lost it in a day, will it affect your daily lives? If it does, it's not expendable, right? Because let's say you earn 10,000 from your job or you're from self-employment job, you earn 10,000, and then let's say I come to you, hey John, would you like to invest in property? If you transfer me every month, let's say 5,000, so it means half of your income, in a year, I guarantee, because we're gonna invest in the property, it's gonna double, right? 5,000, 12 months is 60,000. Next year, it's gonna be 120,000. And then you actually interested. Okay, Mike, here's my 5,000 invested. And then there's a second person named Mary. Mary, same thing. I asked her for 5,000, invest in the property, and next year it's gonna be double, right? She also invested, but she owned a business. She's actually a franchise owner. She has multiple franchisors, right? So she make maybe around 50,000 a month. So for her, 5,000 a month is peanut, right? But for John, that is actually half of his income, right? So he doesn't want to lose it. So he makes sure, Mike, make sure you don't lose my money. Sure, I guarantee I'm not going to lose your money. And 1 year happened, and then it crashed. The developer who we invested in ran away. Or maybe there was a crisis, right? And it collapsed. And I said to John, I'm sorry, John, I don't have your investment anymore. The guy ran away, took your money away. And then I said the same thing with Mary. Mary, you lost your investment. Your 60,000 gone. But Mary said, it's okay, Mike. I make 50,000 a month anyway. Next month I have plenty. But for John, because this is his half or life saving, he didn't want to lose money. He said, I'm not going to invest with you anymore, Mike. Forget about investment, okay? Right? So these are John. This is Mary. When John invests here, when he loses those investment, he could be committing suicide, right? If it's all his life saving. But for a business owner, if I lost that investment, I just write it off. You know, when you are a business owner, you can write off your loss, right? So whatever that you make on that year, if you lose it, you don't pay tax, right? So only invest from the B, not from the E, not from the S. If you do, when you lose your investment, then the world is end for you. But for the B, it's okay. Investment, there's always a risk. When you want to gain, there's always a risk, right? But for E, it's impossible. And again, next year I come back to John. John, I have another idea, right? But this is a good developer. You trust me. This time it's not gonna bust. I guarantee. Do you think John gonna trust me? Mike, you already lost my 60,000. You want me to invest it again with you? Forget about it. So John didn't invest on me at the second time. But Mary said, sure, here's your 5,000, right? So I invested Mary. And then next year, the property doubles. Mary make 120,000. But John said, Mike, why didn't you force me? You said you don't trust me anymore, and then you don't want to invest anymore. Then you're lost, right? Because John didn't have the expendable income, right? So again, if your income is from your left quadrant, don't try to become an investor. I've seen a lot of people goes bankrupt even like committed suicide in the news, right? If you watch the news, they all did that. So B, again, this is our goal, because from your B income, you can actually invest it as an investor, right? In some countries, actually tax-free. Even if you lose it, you don't have to pay the tax because it's a loss, right? You have to check with your own country's regulation, but only invest when you're a business owner. The good news is in Atomy, you are a business owner. You don't have to worry about investment because how much do you invest in Atomy? Mike, but I spend products for 2 years. Is that investment? No, that's not investment. Do you brush your teeth? Do you take a shower and you call that investment? Hey, honey, I'm gonna buy a toothpaste because I want to buy investment for my tooth. No, you buy it because it's a daily necessities product. You don't buy Atomy product for investment. That is your daily necessity product. Even you're not in Atomy, you're still gonna buy them at Walmart, Costco, anywhere, right? So don't call those are your investment. So again, it's zero investment in Atomy. You don't spend a dime to own an Atomy ID. You don't. If you do, report it to Atomy because you shouldn't pay anything to own an Atomy platform system. Okay. Once you own this system, what you gonna do? Be an owner, right? Don't be an employee. You are not an employee. Once you have an Atomy ID, you are the owner. You are no different with our Chairman Park Han-gil. We are at the same level. What do owners do? They cry, they complain, or they work to make the business work. They work to make the business work. They find a way to make the business work. That's an owner. Employee don't care. What do employees do? Complain, right? If I don't have enough vacation, I complain. If my boss didn't approve my vacation, I complain. If the job takes longer than 5 o'clock, I complain. If my boss pay my hourly rate or freeze my salary, I complain. Those are employees. So again, as a business owner, you do not complain. Whatever happens to your business. Do you ever see Jeff Bezos complain about Amazon? Do you ever see Steve Jobs complain about the Apple? Bill Gates complain about the Microsoft? Jack Ma complains about his Alibaba? No, none of them complain. So if you're still complaining, you're just an employee or a self-employed. Okay? Once you're an Atomy business owner, do not complain at anything. I don't want to listen to any complaint about your own business because you own this system and you have people work for you. Who pays for the employee? Atomy employee. Atomy employs about 500 employees in 57 countries. Did you pay their salary? Do you pay their salary every month? We don't, right? Don't complain. Why you complain? Okay. So again, I'm so thankful that I met Atomy because I never become a business owner. Forget about it. When I said a business is employs 500 employees. Okay. If my business doesn't employ 500 employees, I'm just a self-employed. And how much millions of dollars to own a business nowadays? Even you open a small franchise that sell whatever, like a pizza, that's at least a quarter million, 250,000. Do we have that cash? And we're not talking about the global company like Atomy, 57 countries worldwide with 600 items. That's $1 billion. So Atomy is a $1 billion company. You should be thankful that you are part of the Atomy system. Atomy, a $1 billion company system. We should be thankful. I'm so grateful. That's why I don't complain. Okay. If I still hear someone complain I'm sorry to say, you are just an employee. You are just a self-employed mindset. And unfortunately, you will not become successful in Atomy or any other business because you have the employee and self-employed mindset. You don't have a business owner or investor mindset because this business owner and investor, they do not complain. They find a way to make things work. They don't find excuses. They don't find excuses to not work. Okay? They find a way to make it work.
구독, 좋아요 눌러주세요.